Hello, everybody, welcome. Looks like investigator, hello, huh? Huh, everybody, welcome. Looks like investigator, and her makeup stains on her hands. So, guys, I hope you're well. Karina is now taking weekends off, of course, as she should. Um, and I didn't do recordings yesterday, but I'm doing today. And as usual, guys, there's so much going on. And it's kind of interesting, as I navigate the shift, it's so interesting. As you know, I tell you, I'm behind many things. But lately, in the last few days, I've been listening to these hypnosis tapes because it helps actually to do like simple things. And so it's been interesting, interesting. And it's so interesting. I noticed I changed my look a little. I put a little eyeliner. Normally, I don't put you see, I could see there's like a lot of product, and I see my fine lines are being highlighted over here, but it's good. It's okay anyway. It's just a nice. I feel like in a way it's a nice thing. It's kind of like a shield, and it's also you putting yourself together. I have this psychic shield. I was a smoke. Keep that into this way. Put the black eyeliner on. Stay away from me here. Okay. So let's get started, guys. I know there's a lot of people. So to start, I know there's a lot of people who sent me the articles about Krasnov, right? And I saw that, I think it came out on Thursday it was. Today is Sunday. So although that is like interesting, it's not shocking because we know the whole thing happened in 1987, and we know trash went over there to Russia in 1987. What's new is that this was posted by somebody who uh worked for the KGB at the time, the KGB, and was involved in this, and so that's interesting. That's different. That's different, huh? All right, so let's get started. All right, so let me pause here and get information. No, forget. So let's do the protection, and then something else. Oh look, the light came out because I know it's like there's oh, here, another light. Oh, oh. Hold on. You just said there's a cable that there's two lamps on this desk. One, like plugs behind the chair, so it sometimes gets tangled, and so I want to untangle it and also have here the protection. So I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that I create the good and only the good, and so it is. All right. So, all right. So, guys, I wanted to also say something before we start. I was going to start with those articles about Krasnov, but something that has come out today and that I was contacted about also yesterday. It's those emails that Elon Musk's people sent out asking federal workers to reply. And somebody I heard from who was a federal worker also was waiting. She said they were waiting for the union to say something. But then since I last heard from her, it has come out that pretty much all the agencies are saying no, do not reply, including what's surprising, including Kash Patel and what's her name, Tulsi Gabbard. So they're saying do not reply, ignore Elon Musk. I don't think that I'm not sure exactly how the language was phrased, but I thought it was interesting, right? So they're saying don't ignore, just ignore. So this is, I think, good news for the federal workers who were confused, and it's also telling, right? It's also telling that they are saying no. So it does this indicate a rift? Okay, so let's see. We don't need to go into, right. It was reported, so I don't need to go because it was just reported now. Now, I mean, right now, but earlier today. And I think yesterday. So it's okay, right? I think it's okay because well, let me just get that information. Okay, so just one sec. Okay, so this is the latest news about that email. As I was explaining, some agencies urged staff not to comply with Musk's ultimatum. The FBI Director Kash Patel, the Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, and others told employees not to respond to a directive from Mr. Musk to summarize their accomplishments. So that's very funny, interesting, funny, interesting. Funny interesting. And of course, it would be strange, right? To say if you work for the FBI or something. Oh, I was working on a transnational crime organization, and I got the capo, and right, they can't say certain things, so the whole thing is just not a good idea. So, but here the job, our job here is to show the news, right? To have an intuitive look into the current news. So, so what does this mean? That Tulsi, I mean, they're very close enough, Tulsi and Kosh. Huh? Huh? Why, why do they do that? What happened? What happened? What happened? So I saw this image of Trump doing like this, like cut him, kind of, and then them saying, and I see that Trump is exasperated is not the word. He just is tired of Musk taking over, and and I feel like he doesn't. I mean, there's okay. There's popularity issues, there's legality issues, but he's getting annoyed at the way that Musk is taking charge. He is not even asking him. He's just doing this and nobody's stopping him. And so I feel like I see Trump being kind of enjoying the spectacle of him being stopped. And in the way that I ask myself, why, I think we know the answer, but I need to ask this question. Why can't Trump stop him directly? Why won't Trump say, no, I disagree, you shouldn't do that? Because it looks like it doesn't make sense. It looks like he's telling people not to comply. So what is going on? I see that he's really annoyed at Elon Musk. He knows it's like, of course, he knows that the threat is that he's going to get rid of him. Oh, I know the truth, so tell everybody what happened. But I just I just feel like he's and I see interesting. I also see Bannon whispering on Trump's ear. Look at what he's doing. Come on, man. And Bannon is warning Trump that if he allows this to go on like this, he could lose the populist support because people are losing their jobs. And that does not make him popular. He needs to secure his popularity first, Bannon's telling him. So, so this is this part. Now let's look at what's going on with Musk and the response and what's going to happen on Monday and the next week regarding this particular issue. That's right. He has no real jurisdiction. And Trump is saying he serves at the what is it? At the bequest. At the basically Trump can fire him. Not doesn't make sense in the way not that Trump is saying that he can fire him, but Trump is on top. And that he's doing things without again asking for he's just acting as if not only as if he were the president, but as if he had to respond to no one. He's also because he's not elected. So he's like, the government is mine. I do whatever I want. So this is a way for the government to also delegitimize his own work, right? So it's a mess, yes, it is. But that's on. This makes sense. It's by design, I guess. Okay, let me pause here. What I mean by that is that this is a mess they have created themselves. The mess, in a way, was the goal, but Trump is increasingly displeased at how he's been sidelined, and nobody likes Elon Musk, to be fair, other than his sycophants, right, and the tech people. So, um, So do federal workers. I was saying, shh, calm down, don't do anything, don't say anything. And I see there's a battle, and he is increasingly like it's obvious that he's doing pretty serious amounts of drugs, and he can't handle. Oh, and it gets crazier and crazier. And I still see him then starting to say, but I give him the election. I changed the votes to benefit him. He also there's a big once Musk sees that there's no like there's no way out for him, he will start saying that in public. And the whole thing's gonna start collapsing. So yes, and I saw when was the last time I did a video, right? I said talked about Germany elections and how they would lose, which they have lost, and how this would kind of help push him down, not help spiral down, but really truly push him down and in a kind of a downward spiral. Yeah, that's what it is. So that is wow, yeah. So that's this part. So what to expect regarding no, I see that he's going to push and push and push and push against start pushing against people like Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard and JFK Jr. and all of that. I mean, it's not as if they're very good examples. Yeah. No. But but very interesting for me. I find interesting. Find interesting. No, I don't. I'm laughing, but it's just this. What I'm laughing is that I had seen it before, right? This thing happening, but now we're starting to see it happen in real life. It is unfortunate that it has come to this because a lot of people are suffering from the stress of potentially losing jobs and also suffering from being treated like this. And nobody deserves this really. This sort of treatment, this respect. And and so and so this is it. So this is it for now. He gets I feel like again he's getting increasingly sidelined. And a lot, I see that a lot of senators are very concerned. No, they truly are concerned that he's stealing money and all that, and the whole Fort Knox thing that he's gonna go double check out the gold and all that. So they're these rogue forces, and people are scared. And it's saying in a way it's easier to pinpoint at him because he's an outsider. No matter how rich he is, he's still an outsider. So they have to curb him. They have to clip his wings. And that is what is in the process of happening. And I see that it's pretty, there's unison around this. And that just the large majority of the MAGA and all those people, they're just not into Elon Musk at all. So I see this down, it shows me a what is a carousel, the train that goes up the roller coaster ride. They're called roller coaster. And now he's going down. He went up. Now, interesting. It tells me rapid descent, rapid descent. So that's right. And I see it's like his descent is upon us, and he's going to descend really quite quickly. In the next couple months, I see that is never going to be up. And it's interesting up here again. And it shows me that just as you are, if you could see a roller coaster, what a roller coaster ride. First of all, it's very high up. It's very far from the normal, the height. It's far from the ground. So that his ascent is not normal, that he's above ground, but that's not really the place that is warranted. It's a place where has arrived because of manipulation. And you may or may not know this, guys, that his companies have become successful not because of the cars they're selling or whatever products, but because of how much he manipulates the stock. So this is similar to how like the whole like he's all the way up, but it's not really the correct place. So he's gonna come crash down to earth, but that's the level where he belongs. It only feels like a crash because he's lied all this time. Okay? So, but I see, and it shows an image of me. I'm eating popcorn to this. So we actually have popcorn here. I have it, huh? And and that it's entertaining to see the downfall uh it happen, huh? Interesting, interesting. Okay, so that is interesting. I find it interesting. Okay. Okay, so this is the news that came out on, I think, Thursday it was. And it's of course it's been widely shared. And the organization that first published the biggest news about this was DDoS attack distributed. It's when usually sometimes the state actors, right, attack a site for publishing something, and you can't access the site, so it has to go off air. And apparently they had to remove it because it was under so much attack, which means that it's true, right? Why would then a lot of these Russian persons on the internet will say, no, it's not true, not true. So whenever they deny something, it's because it's true, right? That's how they are. So, but the point is, guys, it's not, nobody's shocked, right? Nobody's shocked. It's been reported. It's not. There have been books written about this, right? It's not as if. Oh, did you know Donald Trump is connected to Russia? Huh, no, what? No, it can't be. Yeah, what? Oh no. Huh. Oh my God, are you serious? No, said no one ever, right? Because it's so obvious. It's been obvious for years, and somehow um, this is this is out. Okay, and based on again, just based on the reactions of the usual suspects, it looked through. It looking through. It looked through. Really. Okay. All right. Mm, Okay, so let's start. All right, so let's see. Now let me get here the article. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna go click on it. Okay, so Donald Trump was recorded by the KGB under codename Krasnov, claims former Soviet spy chief. Former senior KGB chief claims Trump was recruited by them in 1997 due to his role as a prominent U.S. businessman. Okay. Long story. In an extraordinary post on Facebook on February 20th, Alner Musayev, who used to run the success. An extraordinary post on Facebook on 20th February. Okay. Okay, here it is. Okay, the successor to the Soviet KGB in Kazakhstan claimed that he was personally aware of Trump's recruitment by the agency in 1987. The recruitment, he said, was undertaken by his own KGB department. One of the key roles of the department was to acquire intelligence through business leaders in Western countries. So, okay, so here it is. And that it was the year that our office recruited 48-year-old businessman from the United States, Donald Trump, under the pseudonym Krasnov. All right, so so here in 2000, this is the person who made these claims, which seem very credible. In 2007, he fled the country after accusing the government of widespread corruption in the form of accepting millions of dollars in bribes from Western oil giants. Exiled to Austria in 2008, he survived an attempted kidnapping, which he attributed to the Kazakhstan government. Okay. So, all right. So it seems very credible, right? So now I wanted to I just okay, so just I want to show you some other things that are very interesting. So this is an article, it is saved like this, so it is hard to, it's not showing the T here. Is that right? Okay, Trump. So Trump's at NATO. This is from 2019. So what happened is I just looked up the term NATO Trump ad because Trump, think about it when you know everything, it makes so much sense. This is 30 years ago that he placed an ad on several newspapers attacking NATO. And whose interest is it, right? Okay, those flipping through the New York Times in September 1987 would have come across an unusual full-page advertisement carrying an out-familiar signature and an out-familiar message. Look at this. Make Japan, Saudi Arabia, and others pay for the protection we extend as allies. Let's help our farmers, our sick, our homeless by taking from some of the greatest profit machines ever created. So, okay, so here it is. I want to, oh, here's this what I want to show you guys. This is the ad. This is like how crazy is it, right? 1987. So this is what? My 87, 97, 2007. Okay, so almost 40 years old, right? There's nothing wrong with Americans' foreign defense policy that a little backbone can cure. An open letter from Donald J. Trump on why America should stop paying to defend countries that can afford to defend themselves. So it's really remarkable that even then, right, we have this person who was, if you put the okay, here, sorry, here is this time. I want to stop share here. We go back to the article. All right, where is this Chrome? Okay, so that's also 1987. So then the same year that he is recruited, he posts these ads that imagine, guys, back in those days, advertising is still very expensive, but before the internet, it was really expensive to run a full page ad. Do you really, let me think about it, knowing what we know about Trump, do we think that he would like randomly spend his own money to fight NATO? It was not something, he is very self-absorbed. He's transactional. Why would he do something like that, right? So again, these are the interesting connections, okay? So, so I mean, I think guys, this is not even a question, right? Is that, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but we can just ask. And why? And I kind of feel for the guy who made that statement because he's in danger, right? So tell me about this, the Krasnov story. He says, yes, yes, they're like yelling me. Yes, oh, it's true. Of course it is. And okay, this guy is saying he's saying that because he's afraid of his life. And if he at least states that, then he has better chances of escaping to somewhere like Russia, and I'm sorry, Russia, Germany, or like somewhere where he could be supported. He could be defended, like hidden away or something like that. So is this true? Yes, it's true. And it's saying it's exactly that, Rosie. Knowing what you know about Donald Trump, putting aside his strange allegiance to Russia, he never pays for anything, right? Why would he spend probably what equivalent to hundreds of thousands of dollars today to fight NATO? It makes no sense, right? So minimally, whether his name is Krasnov or not, there is somebody controlling him and asking him for favors, essentially. And it's saying this is how, at the time, Trump was in some sort of financial trouble. And they said, we'll take care of it. But here's what we want in exchange, the favor of making these statements. And it's saying, interesting. And this is, okay, we know that he has made a lot of money, at least since his TV show, for example, as a facade, as a front person. And that what he has been for the Russians for a long time, a front person for their interests. And it's saying every time they would get in contact, they would say, here's the money and here's what we want you to say. And this game went on and on for a really long time. So yes, he was practically trained to get to these positions and to get to this, like, does it make sense, to this point where they really had a symbiotic relationship and he depended on them. Now, the question is, no, I mean, And especially with this Ukraine situation, right, where he's attacking Zelensky, he's saying him and JD Vance and others very close to him are using the exact same language as Russia. So, plus we have this Krasnov information. So now what? I mean, this is, guys, it's like we've been saying this for how long, right? Almost 10 years or how long. I started this channel, I can't believe it, October 31st. That was my first video, 2017. We're in 2025. Like, and at the time, it was just like dealing with the craziness of this bizarre man who was president. And now it's almost 10 years of this. And again, we know this. But now it's saying he's, okay, now he's gone from being very aligned to Russia, but now doing exactly what Russia wants and having these powerful allies. And people like Peter Thiel, right, aligning with him on this. So, what is the difference? And why, right? Is this going to make any difference? I mean, it's not like we don't know, right? What difference does this make? I think it makes some difference, but I'm just masking spirit here. What difference does it make? Time to act, they're saying. Time to act. And it's saying, guys, we've been look, he works for Russia, works for Russia. Hillary's saying everybody, he works for Russia, and Russia's everywhere. And there you go. Exactly, he's that, and he doesn't care, and he's doing it in public and all that. So, is this going to do anything? And it's so funny. I don't know why I keep seeing Dick Cheney for some reason. Dick Cheney, let's go on a Donald. Why don't we go on a hunting trip, Donald? Do you go on a hunting trip with me, Donald? Oh yeah, come on a hunting trip. Time for you and I to have a conversation, Donald. It's that time. So really, like, it's really interesting. Um, all right, sorry. I'm just yes, and it's saying it gets to the point where like now because Russia is so desperate and they're doing very badly in Ukraine and they would absolutely fall, they are already falling apart. They absolutely need this. Their game, they're like, no, we never did nothing. You know how Lavrov, we're not going to apologize for nothing because we're not invading. We're not invading Ukraine, doing nothing. We do nothing. We're victim. We're victim. The whole thing, they just repeat, they say one thing and do another. And they BS completely. So they just can be like, oh yeah, no, we're not doing nothing wrong. There is no problem. There is no problem here. No, nothing wrong. No, no. So, so they could just pretend to them. It's just like we just keep pretending. But then I see that in a way, even though I see that, of course, Putin is happy with this development, there it has backfired in many ways, including the way Europe has responded to. Now I know someone's like, Rosie, can you just please put your makeup on before you go on? It really drives me crazy. Well, this is who I am. So I am. So I have to accept it. Okay, this is who I am. I am. Sometimes when there's difficult subjects, I have to think about the eyeliner. Okay, eyeliner is okay. And by the way, the video is weirder is that the video is when I do this, when I put this the background, it's flipped. So I'm like going this direct, going here, but then the video is showing the other side. It's a very complicated eyeliner times. So, okay. So anyway, so this is so going back here. So Putin is a little I don't see surprised, not the word. He's like taken aback by how by how the response has been and how quickly Europe came together to support Ukraine in the German elections did not go as well as they would have liked. And I see but it's so interesting as I talk about every time I bring up the German elections, I see that Elon is like, but I am the new age man, right? his dream really is to be the age man, the new age man, and he's very depressed because people are rejecting him. No, 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 no. So again, going back here, even though they have played this long game and they have won by cheating, right, and putting up this idiot. I don't. Well, it is a full idiot. It's more than an idiot. I mean, I think Trump is really not an idiot in a lot of ways, but anyway, but the point is, he got very far, but not far enough. Okay. And I see it shows me that is as this is exposed, it's not because of this, but the timing is just wrong. Also, I feel like they will not succeed. I really do. Okay, so that's just my sense. Now, like, do you have anything else to say? Wow. Guys, how do I even start the subject? So this is something that I don't love to talk about. I'm not. People used to say, "Oh, Rosie, please talk about Ivana, the ex-wife," and she immediately comes through. It's interesting. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, Rosie, please talk about Ivana." I'm sorry, I keep confusing the two. Talk about Ivana because she's she knows. People think, "Oh, he killed her," or whatever. There's something kind of strange here. But I have to say, it's true. You know what? She comes through just now, guys. She's saying, "That's why he got rid of me, Rosie." That's what I. Oh, which one is it? No, here. That's why he got rid of me, Rosie, because I knew too much. So there is a thing about Ivana, and it's maybe too long for today's conversation. And by the way, guys, it is, for some reason lately, as you know, my it's not that I have a problem with I have a hard time falling, like I delay my sleep time. I go on the internet, I do this, I do that, and then it's late, and then I barely sleep. So this is a problem that I have insomnia, but I have once I fall asleep, I don't have a problem. It's just falling asleep. I find distractions. I get, long story, but the point, so I'm slowly recuperating from this. But the point about Ivana is that I've read several articles in the past that talk about how the fact that when she left, when she defected, quote unquote, right, she went to the West, someone in her position would not have been able to leave their country because you were not those countries you can't leave, you couldn't leave, right? So how would they let her go if not for her? It doesn't make sense. It's kind of like they needed her to be working for them somehow in order for her to get the pass to go. Does it make sense? That's what it is that I think she was always kind of working for them in a way or another. And she had information. Okay. And I think she was really a smart woman. Ivana was. Okay. So, because I think, again, she really, like, I think she spoke many, unlike Melania, she actually truly spoke very many languages. And she was a contact person. And by the way, guys, I don't think that she was like a KGB because she was not Russian, but back in those days, all those countries had a kind of like, let's just say, cooperation agreement with each other, right? So even though she would not, it's not that she was, again, she's not like a KGB agent or whatever the intelligence service over there was. It's that she had to agree to give them information, right? So that's, I think, how something like that would have worked. Okay. And so she did. And it's saying that guys, I remember talking about this back around the time. Or I remember seeing that she gave Ivanka some document for her, like for her safety. And if something ever happened, like I think there is something here where it's like, and again, Ivana is here saying, Rosie, that's right, that's right. He knew that I know, and it was time for me to go. So, okay, this is not really unexpected. So tell me, Ivana, what happened? What did you have? Did you give anything? I feel like there was a suspicion of something, and that I don't think that it was her. How do I explain this? It wasn't her, like, wasn't that Trump himself, like, was mad at her for something. It's that she was party to these events, to these, like, situations, and they were afraid that she had talked, okay, and that she knew too much. And so she had to be eliminated. That's just my sense. Okay. And so it was. That's my sense to hear about her. And so again, but going back, so if because she came, I wasn't asking for her as you saw, if she just sort of came here just now. And I'd like to know, so Ivana, what is it that you had that they didn't want you to have, or what is it that you were, what is it? Tell me if you can tell me. The instructions in the flight documents. It's just saying even the instructions for the ads, like we received from them, and it's saying that when they left, the text, right, it was provided to him. And but is it, Ivana, is it really the thing that made you? Oh, we had it's a money transfers. There was a lot that she had. So that's right. But it's saying that they wanted to eliminate the memory of anyone who knew the seminal days, the seed days, when these agreements first came into place. Of course, they had no. She's saying Donald had such a huge ego that he believed anybody who had big things to say about him. The way to become his friend was either to give him money or to flatter him, and they knew how to do both. She's saying so. Okay, Ivana. So tell me more. So that's right. As the quote unquote legend went on, they wanted to make sure that there is no risk of it being exposed. That's just my sense. So interesting, guys. Oh wow, I was not expecting it really like this. So okay, let's go back, Ivana. So Ivana, now that you're on the other side, how do you see it happening? Do you see that Donald's gonna stay in this job, or do you think he's gonna hit the road or hit the coffin road? So okay, so today is February 23rd. Do you have something to say? Say it now. Say it now. Say it now. Say it. No, she shows me an image of him standing like almost like Spider-Man holding onto the building but falling eventually. And she sort of lets it be known that it's because the government is it's a lie. He did not win really. Last time she says that Russians did help him with some numbers. They fumbled the numbers, yes. If there was zero cheating, he would not have won 2016 either. But saying this time is really glaring. And once he realizes that there's a coup going on, so there was the first coup, which is them stealing from Kamala. Now there's a second coup where they want to truly sideline him. And I think he's sort of fighting back here. And he will, and I get this something where like he's going to make it easy for them to get, there's something where it's not like that he is complicit with his own demise, but it's something where, again, this thing is so strange that they're right. It's just something where it becomes. So what is it? Is it impossible? What does it do? What does Donald Trump? it's like a power struggle. And then I see that he's not going to let Elon. That's because I think the if things go as if there's no interruption, what would happen is that Elon Musk would basically do whatever he keep doing whatever he wants. Sorry, I can't. Like what? Oh, it's flipped. So, oh, okay. Ooh. Just listen, just listen. If it irritates you, just listen. Don't look a video. So again, it just shows me that the lie is too big, and then he's not enjoying seeing how they wanted to get rid of him. Really, okay? So along the lines, something's going to happen really sooner than expected, is what she's saying. So, Ivana, do you think Kamala's gonna? Oh, she's the President Rose. She's the President Rose. She winning. She winning. She won. She winning. She won presidency Rose, but they changed numbers. They changed numbers. The whole world saw it. The whole world. Mm. So 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 yeah, she's saying I'm gonna see him. I don't know. She says 7.5 months, but I don't think it's going to last this thing. Okay, no. And I see, and then she shows me an image of Elon Musk. Elon Musk holding a bomb. Like, say he wants to throw a bomb at the government, but he becomes the one who's and then the bomb explodes on his hand and he's all burnt and he loses his fingers, loses his eyesight. So it backfires. Okay. And so saying just hold on to the what you know is right. This is not going to last. That's what she's saying. Wow. So that was very interesting. Okay, last question. And then guys, I do have a lot to talk about, but I'm gonna pause here and probably publish this one because it's gonna be late if I do the whole thing. I kind of feel like it's a good idea to do this, generally speaking. Okay, so then the next thing. Okay, tell me more. Okay, him with the exploding bomb. Okay, so that's right. So I see that again, he's dug himself, and I see interesting, he's dug himself into a hole that is so big, even though she shows Elon Musk to be as a huge giant. He dig a giant hole, but he's not big enough to get out of the huge hole that he dug for himself. So the more chaos he creates, the bigger the hole, the harder it is to leave, and it's not going to be pretty. And Trump is going to try to get rid of him, and the whole thing is going to collapse sooner than we think. So that's the message. Anything else to say? So, just ask yourself what is true and believe that. Stay focused on what you believe to be true. Try to see this as a meta lie, a giant gaslighting spectacle chapter, but it will not last. That's the way. Okay. And she's saying that it's interesting. They have, especially Elon Musk have begun to decrease their strength. They cannot keep going in the way they're going, and things are going to start collapsing soon. So that's what I got here. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Okay. So, okay. All right. So I'm gonna pause here and then and that's it. Okay. And then I'll come back, but I just want to share this right now. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.